Good morning, everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming, via YouTube streaming, and also via Skype online. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Lalaji and Sheikh Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan Communion. And these maktubats are important part of Naqshbandi Tariqat. Mirza Ghalib has said in one of his compositions, आते हैं ये मज़ामी गैब से ख्याल में. These thoughts comes from alam-e ghaib, or in English terminology, from the realm which is unknown and unknowable, the realm of light. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says that this yoga that I mentioning to you, first of all I gave it to Sun God, the light. From there it came to mind, from mind to Ikshvaku, desires. So first of all, the light comes, alam-e ghaib, from unknown and unknowable realm. It is like electricity which is generated in the national grid or wherever electricity is generated, and from there it is distributed through various channels, posts, and so it stays outside on the streets, outside your house. Then you establish a connection. First you do the wiring, the system inside your house for the electric current to run, and then the connection is made from the outside street connection, and the electricity comes to your premises. So this is something like this. This is an analogy which can help us to understand. We have mind, we have the body have organs of actions and organs of perception, channels. So first of all, light comes in and activates the mind. When a child is born, his mind is not activated, his mind is not developed. It is in the process of development, but it is not completely developed. In that situation, the light cannot manifest through the mind, and the child continues to live by instincts. In the body, there are organs of actions and organs of perception. For example, I take this example quite often. You are passing through a garden or the road. You see a tree laden with mangoes. Eyes saw it. Eyes carried the information, but eyes cannot reach to the tree. or anything else. It took the support from the feet. Feet carried you near the tree. Eyes can only see and create a desire in you. Feet will take. Now the process of execution comes in. Feet take you near the tree. Only that much feet can do. Then feet took the support of the hands to pick the mangoes. The only thing the hands can do, it can pick the mango from the tree. Nothing more than that. Now what has to be? Maybe hands can peel it. Feet cannot peel the mango. Hands will take the mango to the mouth, and my mouth will consume it. The assistance from the mouth was needed. Another organ of both perception and organ, they are interrelated to one another. Mouth ate it. Mouth is the gateway to the stomach. Mouth ate it. It was sent to the stomach. The process of digestion took place. When the process of digestion took place, energy generated. It got distributed into your system. It gave you energy, it gave you strength, it gave you many things happen that way. But then the gardener saw it because it was not your own garden. And you took the mango without the permission of the gardener. He comes with a stick and hits the back with a stick. Now, it was not the fault of the back. The first and the foremost fault was of the eyes, because it saw. A desire was created. Feet helped to reach to the tree. Hands helped to pick the mango. Mouth helped to eat the mango. Stomach helped to digest the mango and send the energy into the entire system. But it was the back that got hurt. This is how the desires, which are the part of the body. Your house needs electricity for different purposes in different areas. You need the sockets, the outlets, the power outlets, the other terminals in the kitchen, different things for the use of the appliances. So because of that, the entire system is set up, and then the current runs through these live wires, the energy channels. So first of all, the light comes to the mind, it activates the mind, the desire comes in. So you can operate at the level of the body, operating through instincts. That is what the child is. Mind is not fully developed. Then as an individual, your mind is developed. You go to the university, you gather degrees, certificates, expertise in a particular field. And this is here you operating through the mind and instincts. But enlightenment is not a degree that you can obtain from the university or the colleges. It is something of a different nature. When you go in search of a job, you have to look into the qualifications. You send your application along with your certificates. But from the certificates, it says that you have received honors, this and that, and so you are still raw. do not have the practical experience. You are interviewed. And if you answer the questions, there your intelligence, your application of the field in which you have graduated or attained honors is tested. This is how it goes on in the outer world. But master does not have a degree. He does not have any qualification. The only thing he has is the light. Now, in order for the interview, when you go along with your application is sent with the credentials, it goes through the committee. The committee decides and shortens the list of the candidates to be interviewed based on the qualification and so. And out of those that has been selected for the interview, one or two may be finally selected for the job. The process goes on. This is how we judge. And the person who interviews you is much more experienced. He knows in that field. He is well versatile in the field of computer technology, depending on the job that you had been applying for. So you are operating, the interviewer as well as the other is operating through the mind faculty. But if your certificates are not there, let's say you do not have any certificates or degree, but you have the practical experience, that will not matter because they need to see the certificates first. So you are operating through the mind. When an individual goes to the master, he wants to the certificates. Let's say you are visiting a doctor, an expert in the particular field. He has his degrees, honors and certificates displayed in his office. You see it. On his letterhead or the call card, all these things are mentioned. But the call card of the master does not have any such qualifications. So even the ordinary people, what to talk about the ordinary people? Many times I have met the masters who only operate from the level of the mind. They have no capacity to know that, to see the inner light that a Buddha is. A Buddha goes for an interview as a professor in a university. He has no credentials, no degrees, and the interviewers are not capable to see the light that manifests through Buddha and gave him the job as a philosopher. So when people come to you, they judge. Many times it happened. The masters, 99% of the masters, they operate from the level of the mind. A rare individual operates from the level of the light, level of the being. Light is being, operates through the level of the mind. They are operating at the level of the philosophy, at the level of the mind, and they are the mental masters. The majority of the master that you see. If a person, a master, a sheikh, is able to see the light through you, and he operates, he interacts with you through that light, then he is really a master, not otherwise. With social media, lot of these masters who operate through the mind, they keep on posting, and when you mention something, they tell you they cannot see the light manifesting through you. A master is one who operates through consciousness he has become like MRI scanner. The moment you lie down on the MRI scanner or CT scan, it knows everything about your body or its structure. And it does the diagnosis and finds this. And now, based on the diagnosis, the one who reads it will prescribe the medicine. In case of a master, he is the CT scanner, the one who can read it, and at the same time is the one who can provide the treatment. This is an art. Not everyone can see that. When an individual reaches to the level of enlightenment, an individual comes in front of him. He does not have to speak or say anything. He sits down quietly in the company of the master. The moment light falls, it reveals everything, that this particular person is operating at this level or that level or this or that. Yesterday it happened, one of the workers in the restaurant asked me that if I know anything about the headache, any medicine for headache, because one of the workers is having a headache. Now what do I have to, because I am there in a different capacity. So I simply remain quiet. So this girl who asked me, she said that he doesn't have the treatment. So I told her, headache is simply an indicator at the level of the body-mind mechanism, that there are certain issues in your life that you had been neglecting and putting under the carpet. No medicine will help you. It can only help you to forget for some time. And the only solution or the treatment for this is you have to introspect and see the issues that you have been neglecting in your life. Unless you handle those, you will not be able to get the cure for the headache. My spiritual insight can look into, the spiritual insight of the master can look into. But the girl said that I have sent someone to get a painkiller, analgesic. There isn't anything that I could do for that, because there is no communion between that person. That person is not connected to me through the spiritual energies, like an ordinary person. So I was hesitant in giving the answer, but I did. When you come in the company of the master and he looks through you, it is like the light passes through you, it goes and reveals the entire system, where your energy is, because energy passes through the various channels, meridians according to the Chinese, the whole art of the whole science of acupuncture and acupressure. Nanak speaks of 64 such junctures where the energy passes through. They are the highways, byways, the road junctions. You are going 60° north, reach this traffic light and you have to take a right turn. So energy has to move into different channels. These are known as psycho-spiritual centers. If there is a blockage in a particular center, then the energy is not flowing in the entire system. And a particular part of your mansion, because human body is a mansion, a 7-storied mansion, that remains dark. All the channels, this is exactly like if there is some problem in one of the somewhere the light is not lighting. It may be possible the bulb has blown, or there is a malfunctioning in the line that carries the electric current to that terminal. Electricians can know. But a master is the electrician of the inner, or the technician of the inner. He knows when you sit down in his company, in front of him, within his energy field, he knows that where the energy is stuck, because when the energy remains stuck at a particular center, its effect is of a certain nature. Let's say the base center, the Mooladhara, the earth center is not, it is a base center. Base is most important thing. And malfunctioning of this creates fear in you of all kinds. Most of the people are afraid for many reasons. Afraid to come out of the house in the dark, to go into those areas which is dark. I had mentioned one of the posts on these various psycho-spiritual centers, and the qualities that, or you can say the symptoms of those when they are not functioning. So the master does not need your degrees or anything there. All he needs, that light falls on your system in the form of tawajjuh. Tawajjuh is the energy field of the master passing through your various centers. Then it detects and it also treats the particular system. There are many light treatment which German scientists, it's a German technology where the use of light on a particular part of the body to cure the tissues, the skin, the outer skin, these tissues and everything of the body. These are known as light therapies. So master's light acts like a light therapy. This is what the meditation techniques are about. In Sufi terminology, it is known as the tawajjuh. It happened once. Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan heard about a child who was 14 or 15 years of age. He heard that he was kept in chains in a cage. When the energy moves, he becomes violent. The sexual instincts gets overpowered. He runs behind the women, male and female, and when that is not available, he was running behind the animals, goats and things like these. Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan heard about it, about this person, this child. He told Lalaji, he used to call him Bhai Puttulalji. Bhai means brother. Puttulal was the name that only Lalaji, his sheikh, Lalaji's sheikh, Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan, used to address him with that. He said, Bhai Puttulalji, let us go. There is a particular person When he went, the boy was in the cage. Sheikh instructed Lalaji to send the light from this particular center to the particular center in the person. Now, where the light has to be thrown. The light, first of all, the light that manifests, it is no business because he is not going to be paid for it. It is not the doctor who secretary tells you the fees of the doctor is this much, or before you enter the doctor's office you have known the fees of the doctor and if you can afford it. Master's fees cannot be measured in terms of money. You cannot pay for it. But it is the compassion. Out of compassion, he continues to operate into the world. So before you send the tawajjuh, there is compassion for the erring humanity that he wants the light of the divine to manifest through this person. For that certain obstruction, he does not charge anything for it. It is a free service from the master to his disciple. So first of all, compassion. You take your energy from the heart center, converge at the heart center. Compassion begins to overflow from there. From there, you direct the energy to flow through the third eye center, which is a center of instruction. You turn on your laser light, the switch, and focus it. There is an outlet from where it will focus on the particular target. So that is, this center is that laser light. You switched on this, laser light begins to flow through the third eye center, and now if you are doing a demonstration, a presentation, you have your map onto the screen, and people to whom you are presenting this, they are all sitting in the auditorium. The light is turned off, only the screen is lighting with the map. Only the light is manifesting through that, and you are taking the laser light and pointing to particular targets. So the light that manifesting through the laser light of the master through his third eye center of instruction, it goes through various centers. So along the channel, the meridian, the energy channel, there are various traffic lights. When you are traveling, you have to cross those traffic lights. So this is the route that you have to take to reach to the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. or somewhere else. This is the road that you have to take to reach to that target where you have to reach. This is what the presenter does. He takes the laser light, passes through the various channels. You have this here, from here to here, goes this, then turns this way, then up that way. So here's a laser light passes through those various terminals, junctions, the street lights, where the energy meridians intersect one another. Nanak spoke of 64 such points. He said these are the real pilgrimage. You have to do the inner pilgrimage rather than the pilgrimage that is outside the Hindu, Muslim or Christian pilgrimages. They are of no importance. Going through your inner holy places where the energy goes through the particular from one channel to another direction is really the holy place, not the so-called Hindus, Christians, Sikh or Muslim holy places. And about an hour the tawajjuh continued. 3 days the session continued. The third day, as Lalaji and Chachaji and his sheikh reached to that particular boy, he recognized the master. He became aware of the presence of the two masters. He used to remain naked. He asked for the first time for the clothes. He became aware of his own physical nakedness. Then Lalaji said, no, Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan addressed to Lalaji, the only fault of this child was that he accepted an incomplete person as his master, who was not capable of carrying him through the proper channel. Like when you want to get the electricity in your house, you give the contract to the experienced electrical company that can set the wiring inside your house according to the specifications that is required, according to the law of the country, law of the place, that how much distant apart the power sockets to be, whatever it is, they are experienced. But if you have given a contract to someone who is not expert, or same thing there if you are in a computer field, if you do not give your laptop to fix to an expert, he may damage it, he may cause more damage than anything else. This is what happened, that this particular person accepted an incomplete one as his guru. He could not channel his energies and take them to the highest, the 1,000-petal center, where it becomes a self-illumination for you. It illumines your entire inner structure. Your body, your mind, your intellect, your being, everything gets illumined. And this is what enlightenment is. Your body is completely aware. The mind, the intellect, everything is working in harmony with one another. This is what happens when you come in the company of a master, a company of a sheikh. And if that person is incomplete, so the so-called masters, they are not able to see. If a Buddha goes in front of a particular master, so-called the master, or a Krishnamurti goes, Krishnamurti has no credentials. And if he does not know that this is Judu Krishnamurti or this is a particular master, he will tell him that you have to join the class, you have to start the yoga, you have to do the exercises, and then things will begin to change. Many times this has happened to me. Many times it happens. If Buddha goes to a so-called present-day master, the internet master, the social media master, he will tell him the same thing. But really the master is the one in whom the light manifests, and it becomes an aura around him. And if you are able to see, then there are certain people who tell you that your aura needs to be cleaned. How are you going to clean the aura? Yes, I have a system. You have to pay $300. This is the price for it, and your aura will be cleaned. Beware of these. I will take one of the letter correspondence between Lalaji and Sheikh Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan. From time to time, out of his meager income, Lalaji used to send money for his master. It is not incumbent on Lalaji to send money to the master, but as a token of respect, he used to send some money for the master. In Sufi terminology, in Islamic tradition, there is an aspect of zakat, that a certain percentage of your income you have to send it for the service of the God. My beloved one, let me inform you, after blessings that I have received the money order and your 2 letters, which made me happy. Allah the Glorious One may shower His grace on you. I would be at home during the autumn season, which is the festival of Dashera. You may work hard upon the Lalaji would have mentioned about certain seekers, and he says that there he takes the name of a particular person, that you have to work, you may work hard upon this person and guide him to perfection, attaining full accomplishment, so that he may be your vice, your assistant along the path and after you. I was indisposed, because of which there has been delay in replying your letter. These letters, they were maktubats. They are known as maktubats, the correspondence between the Sheikh, the future Sheikh, and his master. The maktubats of Maulana Fazal Ahmad Khan, I am taking it from time to time. The maktubats of Maula Hazrat Mujaddadi Mehboob Subhani Mujaddid Alifsani Raziyallah Ta'ala Anhu Sarhindi, and other masters. From time to time, when I get an opportunity, I will take the maktubats, the correspondence of these Naqshbandi masters, to take you to the various tariqats. So I'll keep this today's session only up to here. These sessions, the live streaming continues on Saturday and Sunday, but the Monday session is preempted for certain reasons. So at the moment we do not have this session on Monday, and besides, Monday is a working day. So it is much easier to have it on Saturday and Sunday, when the seekers from all over the world in different places can gather together within their own systems, using the present day the technology, that you can connect to this live streaming and attend to these sessions. These sessions take place according to, on Saturday and Sunday, the Eastern time, between the 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., which is the Eastern time, or Eastern time is known as New York time. But in winter in America, the clocks are set 1 hour behind. So instead of, that is from November to sometimes in March, the clocks remain set 1 hour behind. So at the moment, the time in United States is 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the morning, and in India the time is between 3:30 to 4:30 in the afternoon. Europe time is slightly different, the Greenwich Mean Time is different. So the base is New York time or the Eastern time. New York Eastern time is based on New York. In America, the time is divided into 3 zones: the Pacific zone, the Central zone, and the Eastern zone. Pacific zone is 3 hours behind the Eastern zone. So in Trinidad, we follow the Eastern time zone. So only this much for this morning. Until tomorrow, take care and until Saturday, take care and do have a pleasant day.